not even dating right now. Somebody was like, "You not dating?" No, I'm not dealing with nobody's unhealed son. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I protect my peace at all costs. If you're not on a healing journey, I can't talk to you. Bye-bye. I can't.
It costs too much.
It cost me my peace, and I'm not willing to give that up. I finally got here. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, you better exhale. I finally got here. You know how hard and how long and how much stuff I had to go through to get here? Like, I finally got here, and I'm just not gonna let anybody disturb me from my peace.
I guess all the men she's dated are unhealed, huh? So she doesn't have any flaws that she got to work on. It's always the men. Not all men, but always a man. See, what my DC sister Taraji here is actually saying is that the man she wants didn't want to deal with her. I love Taraji. She's an icon. She's a legend. Hope to work with her someday. This is not to shame her or make fun of her. This is to help ladies identify the reasons that some of them may be single. Rather than reflecting on what you may need to do, you shame the men and call them unhealed, which sounds like a flex and probably makes you feel good until you realize all it says about you is all you can attract is unhealed men. Newsflash. Men and women are unhealed. We all need therapy. I think black people should get therapy for free. But if you want different results, you have to make the necessary adjustments to get them. Okay? Men have always known that for centuries, we have to work harder, make more money, get in the gym. If we want the badder bitches, if we want the everything we want is to get bad bitches. We don't need the big house and the fancy car. We do that for the women. There's certain cars, yeah, I want that car. But for the most part, the house, the car, the money, that's because we want the women. If we could get the women for free, a lot of dudes' cap would be $50,000 a year. Because that's all he need to live off of, depending on where you live. We've always understood that. We're not a bunch of unhealed toxic bums like this type of rhetoric perpetuates. Matter of fact, let's showcase some of the unhealed options many men face today.
Me and my child ain't talking right now, but it's all good.
Why?
So I had bought him a Benz at 16. My child decides that he don't want a handout and he don't want anything. That's all I'm working for. He gonna Uber while he in college. He gonna Uber with a Benz in Memphis.
Okay, but what's
wrong?
wrong?
Who you know Uber with a Benz? So I confront him. We get in the car and I'm telling him, you can't do this. He get upright with me. So all I know is I'm like, pop, pop, pop. I'm telling him like, are you crazy? And then I take the car and then I ran into a fence and knocked down whoever fence. We still ain't went to jail.
All because he wants to Uber.
Why would you Uber?
Because I think it's commendable. He's showing you, Mom, I want to be independent. But it's too
commendable. Why would you be, any money you make from Uber, I'm going to send it to you right away. That's why I work hard.
Because he's saying, Mom, I'm 21. I want to be independent.
But he wasn't 21 then.
How old was he then?
He was about 19.
He wants to learn the world and see the world because his mom created space for him to dream bigger. So that's a good thing.
It is, but it's like, I would like for him to not have to be so independent. I would like for him to know that I'm there. I had my son when I was in college, so I remember my parents coming to take my child, and I let them have my child, and they never gave him back.
Why are you getting emotional?
I ain't.
Yes, you are.
They should have did. My child didn't have to be raised in the industry. Mm-hmm. You know, my child didn't have to go through the weird industry.
But now that makes sense. Is that why you don't want your kid to feel now that he has to do all that extra stuff because you were making up for it earlier?
Oh my God, I want my child to just call me all day.
This is sad. It's all about her. She wants to feel wanted/needed by her son. You know what this sounds like to me? The typical behavior of the woman that tries to create a son husband. And her parents stepped in and grabbed him at the right time. And I can see why. He wants to be independent and make his own money. Did he ask for a Benz? Why did he need a Benz at 16? Even if he didn't Uber, you don't think it's dangerous for a 16-year-old to be driving one in Memphis? And then 3 years later, he said he wants to drive Uber to be his own man. God forbid the boy wants to be a responsible adult. Then she took the car, crashed it into somebody's fence. They still ain't got locked up yet. And y'all haven't talked in 2 years because that was when he was 19 and you said he wasn't 21 yet. And so I'm assuming that he's 21 now. It just all sound like a mess. You see how she downplaying what she did and making him in the wrong for not wanting her to give him handouts? The lack of accountability is crackhead strong. I don't have any kids that I know of, but let me just ask a question. Would this not be a cool compromise? Here's a great compromise. Take the Benz back, give him a used car. Let him Uber like the rest of America. He can save up his own money and get himself together. Or you don't have to get him a Benz. You could have got him a 2020, whatever year, something, even if it's new, but it don't have to be a Mercedes. Could have got him a 4Runner, you know what I mean? A Fusion or something. Yeah, take the Benz back. And since he wants to be his own man, make sure he don't tell people he K. Michelle's son. He can't even use words with the letter K. I don't care if the racist police is behind him in that Benz. He better call them the Lux Land.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poor.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love.
To love.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And obey. To love.
To love.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And obey.
I'm not saying that word.
Say it.
I'm not saying that word. I'm not obeying anybody. I don't obey anybody, especially him. So you can continue without that word. Cherish.
Can you just say it? People will just look at
I'm not obeying nobody. I'm not saying that word. You think I am about to start my life off obeying a man? Never. I'm not obeying anybody.
Say it, girl.
So we can continue. We can continue without me.
Let me guess. This is another unhealed son who found a woman that he took serious enough to decide to ask for her hand in marriage and present her with the ring. And decided on a date they were going to get married in front of a witness and somebody to preside over the service, the pastor, and in front of a group of friends and family and people that have cell phones that are on silent but still seem to be vibrating while the wedding is going on. And doing this under the guise of God, the Most High, doing this in the traditional way that we carry marriage, which is through God, through the Bible, whether you believe in religion or not, I don't care. I'm just talking about the tradition of it and following in God's steps, becoming a wife and a husband, joining together in the unionship, and you can't even follow God's commandment of to even say that you're going to obey. You're not going to obey for anybody, especially not him. Meaning what? You might obey for your job, you might obey your thirst, but you can't obey your husband? Unhealed though, we're the unhealed ones. Sound like she need more therapy than anybody.
Please stop telling women that they chose the wrong men when there are men out here pretending to be the right guy. And if we knew you were nothing but a piece of rat's ass and fly's vomit, trust me, baby, we wouldn't have chosen you. Thank you.
But I thought you had women's intuition. I thought you just knew when things were right because the vibes was right and everything felt right and your zodiac signs were compatible. I guess intuition and accountability can't coexist inside the same woman, huh?
Somebody gotta say it. And I'll be the bitch to say it. Not sure if anybody told you bitches this, but you know, a lot of times, accountability ain't taking the blame. It's just kind of admitting that you were fucking wrong, bitch. Like, for real, half the time, the man ain't even mad about what the fuck you did. Bitch, he mad because you refused to say you fucked up. And what you fail to realize is like, yeah, y'all can move on or whatever, but he's still holding you to the consequences of the weight that motherfucking circumstance holds, bitch. You gotta deal with that. So you gotta deal with his silence. You gotta deal with him acting different. You gotta deal with him pulling away. You gotta deal with him not trusting you. All because you couldn't deal with what the fuck you needed to deal with, bitch. See? And let's be honest, a lot of you bitches don't take accountability. And it damn sure ain't because you bitches is innocent. It's because your pride is too motherfucking strong, bitch. You will argue with that man for 5 motherfucking hours to prevent from saying, I was wrong. You was right. Bitch, that took 2 seconds. And don't get me wrong, because these men will try to blame you for shit that you ain't doing and try to make you take accountability for what's in his motherfucking mind. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the times, bitch, you could have showed up better. You could have did better, bitch. You could have handled the situation better. But you didn't. And that's why we're here. And, you know, yeah, you could apologize, but the best recourse to apology is change, bitch. Don't apologize if you ain't changing, bitch. If you ain't coming with a full 180, bitch, fucking Monty, bitch, don't apologize. Because now you lying. You lying, bitch. And then you're going to do the same thing over. Then he's going to feel like this is a fucking pattern. And then now you back in the same motherfucking boat you in now, bitch. The little tugboat, bitch. Still trying to explain why the fuck you wasn't wrong. And let me say this. A lot of you bitches be so focused on winning that motherfucking argument that you ain't even realize you losing the fucking relationship, bitch. And it's okay, like, about being right. We're right sometimes. We're wrong sometimes. But do you ever stop and ask yourself, what part you played in this shit, bitch? I guess it's all his fault, huh? See, y'all be saying y'all want to grow, but growth requires self-awareness. And self-awareness requires what? Ding, ding, ding. You guessed it, bitch. Accountability. Like, if everything is always somebody else's fault, that's not confidence, bitch. You're lacking accountability, bitch. That's avoidance. That's a lack of self-awareness. That's plain fucking ignorance. And granted, your pride might be too strong to admit that you was wrong. But baby, you can't apologize to a man that's already gone. That's a bar. But don't shoot the messenger, bitch. Either take the accountability or leave it.
All women say they want a good man until they actually meet one and realize they're not equipped to handle him. A good man is not convenient. He doesn't bend to accommodate chaos. He doesn't rearrange his values because you're emotional. A real good man has discipline, boundaries, and priorities that don't shift based on your mood. And this is where women get confused. When you've never met emotional maturity, you misread everything. You call him cold because he won't tolerate drama. You call him selfish because he protects his peace. You label him detached because he refuses to beg for your approval. But that's not coldness. That is self-respect. A man who knows his worth doesn't move from insecurity. He moves from conviction. Good men don't chase drama. They don't chase chaos. And they sure as hell don't chase women who weaponize emotion. They build, they lead, they create order. Most women aren't ready for the responsibility that comes with a stable man because stability doesn't feed your need for emotional roller coasters. It doesn't scratch that itch for unpredictable validation. For women raised in dysfunction, peace feels boring until you lose it. A good man requires partnership, respect, and a woman who's emotionally regulated, not reactive, not reckless. Stay solid. Good men don't bend. They build. And the right woman rises to meet him.
I don't believe that women are taught how to treat men, right? I think, and I don't think
That's a fact.
I don't think I don't think all men are good at treating women how they should be treated, but we're still more aware of how women are supposed to be treated. Whether we sign on to that or not, you're supposed to treat a woman with respect. You talk to her this way. Like some niggas be like, man, fuck that. Like, but we're still more aware. I think
100%.
Men are taught how to treat women and women are taught how to be treated.
Yep.
And then you got,
I said this on my last episode.
You know what I'm saying?
I literally said
like,
this. Yeah.
Hold up.
Yep.
Men are a specific thing. We are a creature.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's worth putting more of that into the conversation because
very real.
It just raises awareness on the part of the woman, like on how to create balance. You know,
you can't be young forever. You had multiple dudes. You had a dude to take you out to eat, a dude that was good at sex, a dude you can call when you want company. She laughing because she know it's true.
I mean,
yes. All right. So when a man reaches his peak, y'all like to go, oh, he's still immature. No, he's now at his peak. Status, money, resources, and power. He can have forever. but you can't be young forever.
I ain't playing with you no more. No one goes to McDonald's and orders a pizza. Well, no one's going to go to an Instagram baddies page and think wife. You're advertising sex. You're advertising hot girl. You're advertising that. So that's what a man may or may not tap into.
I don't get, like, I tried to explain to them, no one goes to Magic City to find their wife. So I'm confused at why you're wearing Magic City uniforms. I'm like, if you're wearing Magic City uniforms, that's what you're going to get. And I'm like, I call them double dippers. These are the ones where they want to wear, act like, dress like, do all the things that the escorts, prostitutes, all those ladies do. But then it's like, how dare you think that that's me? I'm like, why wouldn't I?
Maybe that's the reason why so many of these sons are unhealed, because they can't tell the difference between the good women and the hoes. And the sad part about that is hoes, strippers, prostitutes, whatever you want to, whatever woman that's an S worker and all of that, a lot of them actually know how to treat a man because their income comes directly from how well they treat a man. So the regular women will dress like these women, but they won't pick up the patterns and the behaviors of those women to get the type of man that they want. Yeah, I would need some healing if that was my reality as well. If I walked outside and there was a bunch of crime in my neighborhood and I seen a bunch of people dressed up like police officers that weren't police officers, they just dressed like police officers, I would need some healing too.
Why a man cares about your past? Let's say that you are that person. How are you supposed to protect our kids if you can't protect yourself? Like, really think about that. As a husband, choosing a wife, if you don't speak up for yourself, if you're going to put yourself into crazy situations and then play victim to it, how are you going to protect our kids?
Don't have children.
I don't think that people are really thinking about the true vastness of the whole circle. Like, when you really think about full circle, it is a terrible decision. Let's say if you're celibate, right? If you're a celibate woman or an abstinent woman, for what reason do you have to go to a man's house in the middle of the night when he calls you over? There's no reason. There's no reason. There's no reason. There's no standard and there's no boundary. And this is the thing. Men that are sleeping with women that have no standards and no boundaries, very rarely would a high value, high earning, masculine man, he's not going to choose her as a wife because she's not wife potential. There's nothing about her that's screaming wife, nothing. So it's not until we start to be honest with ourselves as women, with what we're disqualifying ourselves from by the bad choices that we make. And oftentimes the loud collective are the most traumatized women talking about, I don't need no man. Okay, you don't, but the majority of women feel the opposite.
And when you are a high-value woman like Taraji, who is an award-winning actress, beautiful, talented, got money and status, you typically want a high-value man. Rarely will you see a woman like that with Kevin the bus driver or Chris the welder. These women, like most women, want a man who makes what she makes or more. That's fine. But the higher up in manage you go, the more smaller, slimmer, and limited those options become. And if you don't have the right type of personality, attitude, demeanor, femininity, and mindset that these high-value men want, they won't choose you. And the sooner you can acknowledge what you need to do differently, instead of calling them unhealed sons, the sooner you will actually not have to worry about dating anymore because you will have a husband. This is why many rich, successful women, especially black, are chronically single because they don't even know how to let a man lead.
A man needs to learn from his mistakes. And if you challenge every decision that he makes, you are emasculating him. What you're secretly and subconsciously telling him is you don't trust his leadership. And how does one become a better leader? By leading and knowing that the colony is in alignment with whatever it is that he chooses. Now, if you take me to hell, that's on you. That's your fault. My job is to ride to hell with you. And I'm not even going to say anything. I don't have to say I told you so because you already know it. I don't have to say, hey, there was a bump in the road. Hey, you should have went left over there. Because I'm not going to emasculate the person whose leadership I say I trust. The same way where I trust a man that says, you're better at the balance sheet, do that. You're better with the finances, do that. You're better with organization, do that. You're better with this, do that. That doesn't take away from his leadership. That's a leader delegates. A leader makes decisions. A leader brings us into the direction that we should be flowing into. So I, with all of my heart, feel like to submit to your husband, which I think is submitting to the God in him, is trusting the mission and the vision of your marriage.
What if the mission and the vision of your marriage isn't what God ordained for you?
Is there a way for the vision and the mission to change within a marriage?
Not if that man knows God. I don't think so.
What if the mission and the vision of the marriage isn't what God ordained for you? Then you wouldn't have been married. Every day they keep showing us more and more that they not only do they not want to be with us, they don't even want to be under God's design. And they call themselves Christians. Let's think about this for a second. You're so hard pressed on questioning a man's leadership to the fact that when somebody says, well, this is the mission and the vision and the marriage that God put together, now you're questioning God's leadership by saying, well, what if that's what God ordained? The nerve of you. Listen, if you want some leadership and some vision for your mission, you need to purchase my book, My Viral Blueprint. Available on Amazon, paperback, but we also have the digital copies available on Kindle. Make sure that you get yours. These are my strategies that I use to build my platform and go viral for the last decade. These books have been moving like crazy. So y'all make sure y'all check them out. Comment below what you think about the video. I can't take these women serious anymore. You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of.